Today marking an infamous anniversary in American history. And in remembrance, I had the honor of presenting a special war hero and friend who lives right here in Arizona, a very special award honoring his service. News 4 Tucson's Sean Mooney has more on the surprise presentation at his house. It's a story you'll see only on 4.
75 years ago today, near the end of World War II, the USS Indianapolis was hit by 2 Japanese torpedoes and sunk in the Philippine Sea. To this day, it is known as the worst naval disaster in history. Nearly 1,200 sailors were on board that ship. Only 316 ever made it out of the water. After so many decades, one of the survivors and a true hero has been awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. In a surprise presentation at his home by News 4 Tucson's Matt Brode, it was clear it was a delivery Harpo Celaya never expected.
Adolfo Harpo Celaya, on behalf of the Survivors Organization and the United States Mint, I now present to you the Congressional Gold Medal. Congratulations.
Thank you. Look at that. Oh my God.
How does it feel?
No. I've received a lot of things, but my God, this is something else.
It is one of America's most prestigious awards, the Congressional Gold Medal. A medal bestowed on others like General George Washington, Mother Teresa, Rosa Parks, the Navajo Code Talkers, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And now there's a new name on that list, Adolfo Harpo Celaya. Celaya, who turned 93 this year, says he learned he would be receiving a medal, but had no idea he was going to receive one that is so revered.
I thought it was just an ordinary medal that I was going to get. But when you brought it to me and I looked at it and I said, my God, you can still see the tears in my eyes.
Recognition after so many years. A Mexican-American teen from Florence, Arizona, who needed his father's permission to join the Navy at the age of 17. Unfortunately, at the time, he became part of a military that was still tolerating racism in its ranks.
I enjoyed serving under it. I enjoyed everything. I just had a rough trip with a lot of the men. They didn't appreciate it that time, Hispanics being on it, and I stuck by, and I still stuck by the Indianapolis, even though I was mistreated a little bit.
On the day of the attack, to Celaya, all the men that went into the water were his brothers. Conditions were horrific. The survivors left with few life rafts. Many were injured and covered with oil, floating in shark-infested waters. Despite the danger, Celaya still swam out to struggling sailors to bring them back to safety.
And after 2 or 3 days, you can't do it anymore. You're hanging onto your cell. And then I had a crew chief that I met that was my crew chief, and I kept holding on to him, and the third day he disappeared on me, so I kind of got hurt a little bit by not able to hold with my crew chief on that time.
Celaya was one of just 316 men who survived for 5 torturous days in the sea, rescued after being spotted by a passing Allied patrol plane. He says struggling early in life gave him the grit to survive.
If they'd have been around here when I was about 5 or 6 years old, they would understand why I'm still around, because if you made it around here when during the Depression, and you'd probably make it here for quite a while.
Of 316 men who were saved, only 8 are alive today. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, their annual in-person reunion has been canceled. But an event will now be held virtually. Just 6 are healthy enough to participate, but that has not stopped some big names in entertainment from honoring them all.
Mr. Harold, Mr. Harpo, Mr. Granville, Mr. Edgar, Mr. Cletus, Mr. James, Mr. Dave, and Mr. Robert. I am Matthew. McConaughey.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise. On this anniversary of the USS Indianapolis, to you and your families,
I'm calling to say thank you.
God bless you. Thank you for serving our country, and God bless America.
The Congressional Gold Medal, established in the days of the American Revolution, the highest expression of national appreciation to honor the USS Indianapolis crew's perseverance, bravery, and service to the United States of America.
I'm very, very honored, very honored.
This year's virtual reunion will be taking place today and tomorrow. For a link to the schedule and to find out how you can watch the live events on YouTube and Zoom, click on this story on our website at kvoa.com. We've got you covered. Sean Mooney, News 4, Tucson.
Visiting with Harpo is always a special experience, and yesterday he actually gave me this lapel pin I'm wearing, honoring the 75th anniversary of the sinking of the Indy. Harpo, you are an inspiration to me and everyone else who's been touched by your story. John, he truly is our hero.